Hello and welcome to the legendary East Bengal Ground in the middle of the Kolkata Maidan, where lots of trophies have been picked up over a century of years for this great club. And today might just be the day where they pick up the IWL for the second time in a row. As East Bengal FC take on Nita Football Academy in match number 48 of the Indian Women's League. And the Moshal girls are all set for what is probably going to be crowning day. Had a bit of a hiccup a couple of games ago, but then they've bounced back perfectly with a 6-0 victory over Sessa. What a game they played versus Kickstart, where it was 2-2. And a wonderful season so far for East Bengal, but today is the day. In fact, it was 2-1, I beg your pardon. They lost that game versus Kickstart. That's where their unbeaten run came to an end. So just the one loss this season. This is how they line up. There's Panthoy, Asharata, Sarita, Soumya, Fazila, who's been in great form, Kartika, who scored in the last game, Shushmita scored in the last game as well, Resti also scored, Sathi, Shilki, and Anoma. Options on the bench as well. So Lanjana are not starting this time round. But more or less, they've been starting this lineup. Shilki wasn't there versus Kickstart, and that was a bit of a problem. Nita Football Academy will be looking to try and spoil the party as much as they can. They are in third position, which is a decent place to be. But still have to look over their shoulder because it's 16 points each for them, Gokulam Kerala and Kickstart. Then below them, Shri Bhumi and Garhwal are on 12 points each. Sessa right at the bottom with 3 points. Let's take a look at how they line up. There's Adrija, Viksit, Susanda, Neha, Jasoda, Pyari Khakha, the captain, Bhumika, Julie, Elizabeth from Kenya, Cindy, and Matilda Kwao. So without wasting any time, referee Pooja S comes out with Akanksha Soni and Roshni Chanu Mehbam. Her assistants, the fourth official, Neetu Rana. And East Bengal in the Alal Holud, which is so famous not only in Indian football, throughout the world. This is the day they will officially confirm the championship, especially with Sethu's drop of points in the afternoon, or rather the evening matchup where it was a 1-1 draw. So Sethu are on 23 points now. East Bengal are on 30 as we take a look at the referees and the officials once again, as I mentioned. So Sethu are on 23 points. They have 2 games to go. They can go up to 29. East Bengal are already on 30. So that more or less confirms it. But there's always a joy of playing on the day and actually confirming in stone that you will be champions. As the captains walk up today, it's Sathi Devnath. Bit of a rolling captaincy for East Bengal, different captains on different days, and today it is Sathi, Nita Football Academy, led by Pyari Khakha, who has been in fantastic form throughout the years. Hasn't lit up the league as much as she would have liked this year though. Apart from the fact that, well, I say that in a way that, well, she's only 7 goals behind Fazila. But Pyari herself has got 10 goals always a mainstay. And between Sarto, who's got 9 for Setu, Pyari, who's got 10 for Nita, and Fazila, who's got 17 for East Bengal, those three have probably scored more than a majority of the players combined. The fourth highest is SCN from Kickstart, who scored the other day versus East Bengal. So, of course, Pyari Kaka has done as much as she could. And Fazila Equaput getting ready for probably yet another fantastic performance. What fine form she has been in. It's going to be a big day for Adrija Sarkhel in between the sticks. Always tough when you're up against the likes of East Bengal, especially when they are playing at home, which has been fortunate for them. The second phase has been here in Kolkata, in East Bengal Ground, and also the Centre of Excellence. These two sides played each other on the 2nd of Jan, and it was a 5-0 win for East Bengal. East Bengal haven't kept a clean sheet in the last two games, though. Actually, the last two games before the last one. Last one was a big 6-0 win, of course. But it was a 2-1 loss versus Kickstart and a 2-1 win versus Gokulam Kerala.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for. Let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So there we go. What a season it's been for East Bengal FC. But today they've got to wrap it up as Nita Football Academy visit the East Bengal Ground. Match number 48 kicks off. And they're wearing their iconic red and yellow, because this one is going to go down in the history books as they look to retain the Indian Women's League. And ever since the first few games, we've seen the way East Bengal have played. There was hardly any doubt that they would go all the way, and well, they're doing it in style. Ten wins, just the one draw. Sorry, just the one loss. It's interesting to see Pyari Kaka just dropping deep and staying with Fazila for the time being. Are they trying some sort of a different tactic today? Sarita tries to put the ball in, cleared away. That's Karthika, who's done well in the midfield since the last game. Chipped over the top. Bit of a push there. Soumya tried to head it into space for Fazila. All these women have been in superb form from East Bengal's point of view. We'll talk about Nita Football Academy as well as the game progresses. And what a fantastic last few days it's been for women's football in India. I'll come back to that. Opportunity to cross maybe down the right hand side for Nita Football Academy. Bhumika keeps going. And looks like One of these Bengal players has stayed down. Bit of an injury. Oh, and it looks like it's a dislocation. And you can see that those are not sights you want to see of a teammate or of anybody you're sharing the field with. Oh, that's an awkward one. And it could be a bit of a dislocation for Sushmita Lepcha, who's had a fantastic season so far. Looks like she just fell awkwardly and the elbow shifted. Should be able to put it back quickly, but she might have to come off. Because even if it goes in back into place, it is a very painful experience. So we send our thoughts out to Shushmita. A lot of the teammates already seem to be affected by that. It's not easy, but they'll have to keep going. She gets stretchered off. We send our best wishes to Shushmita. Time for a corner now. I don't know if they've made the substitution yet. Neha will be taking it. What a unfortunate injury that is. But Neha now with the corner. Can Nita Football Academy strike? That header is wide. I think they'll be wanting to make the sub here, East Bengal. Yes, they will. So Asta Mora will come on. She's also been a very integral part of this squad.
Substitution for East Bengal player number
But they wouldn't have expected to make a change so early.
replace
Hopefully Shushmita will be fine
jersey number 5
and they can
around.
sort out that dislocation. Ashalata with a long ball into Soumya. That's a fantastic pass. Soumya. Good piece of defending, cleared away by Julie Kishan. There's also a rock at the back. Yes, Fazila, who's an absolute rock star herself, goes for a cross straight to Adrija. It looked like Fazila might not score in consecutive games, but she got a goal in the 70th minute versus Sessa. Has been in sensational form. It's a bit of time just to get back into the flow of the game before it really started. That injury took place. That'll be out of play though. And these are the things that you do have to cope with. At the highest level, you will have injuries. And you will have these hiccups throughout the season. That red card to Shilki Devi was a big problem for East Bengal. They really missed her in the midfield. There she is in that game versus Kickstart. Flicked on. Doesn't find Resty. Will be an East Bengal ball. Sathi towards Resti. Now it's picked up by Nita FA. Pyari Kaka. It's brought down. Don't think it was a foul. Sathi Devnath does really well. So, as per my calculations, 10 games in a row that Fazila has scored in. Now the ball over the top here. Soumya, she's offside. Fazila did not score in the 1-0 win versus Sethu in the first game of the season. That was Soumya who scored. After that, she netted versus Garwal. Scored 5 versus Sessa. Netted versus Nita FA in the 5-0 win, which I was talking about. Scored 2 versus Kickstart. Scored versus Gokulam Kerala as well. Then versus Sethu and Gokulam. And Sethu again. Scored in the loss versus Kickstart as well. And then scored in the 70th minute versus Sessa. So, what an unbelievable feat from her. And she's going to keep going, I think. She's hungry for goals. So, we're eyeing that 24 goal season that she had last season for Gokulam Kerala. 17 this year. With 3 games to go. Should be wanting to net a few more. So still looking to find their rhythm, both the teams. Sarita plays it over the top. Fazila flicks it on for Soumya. Good defensive work by Neha. Just dropping back and clearing it away. Sarita with a quick throw. Gets it back. Lines up across. And cleared away by Julie. Lots of defensive duties for Nita Football Academy in general. Cindy does really well to find Pyari. But then Pyari loses out, but well won back there by Bhumika. And now Resti has the ball. Fazila's making the run. So is Soumya there. Good work from Julie Kishan. Both the number 16s going up against each other. Resti gets it away. Cross comes in. It's across the face of goal. Bit of a pull back there from Soumya. Could be given as a foul. It's not. Soumya picks it up. Goes for the ball herself. Edge of the area. Chance to shoot. Cleared away. And straight towards Pyari Dhaka. Goes for a ball herself. Doesn't work out. So I was speaking about what a great few days it's been for women's football in India before that injury took place. Making it to the quarterfinals of the AFC Under-17 Asian Cup. Chance there for Fazila, but Susanna doing well, the Ghanaian defender. Narrowly missing out on what would have been an Under-17 World Cup opportunity, but the girls from India have done us really proud, making it to that quarterfinal, the young Tigresses. Looking for the ball through, read by Susanna again there. So Nita Football Academy, as I said, in third position, started this game decently well. Started the season with a 5-3-1-1 draw versus Gokulam Kerala, then won 6-1 versus Sessa, then 5-0 versus Kickstart, then 1-0 versus Garhwal. They were going swimmingly well with a hat-trick of wins, unbeaten in the first four games. And then they came up against the force known as East Bengal. Here's Pyari Kaka, tries to put one through, decent ball in, but Astam should get there first. She does well. Then after they lost 5-0 to East Bengal, it was back-to-back losses. They lost 2-1 to Sethu, then found a bit of form with a 3-2 win versus Sri Bhumi, but have since lost their way again. Chance to cross now. Pyari Kaka gets on the end of it. That's a lovely leap from her, but not able to head that towards goal. Has had a bit of an injury, and so she's wearing that mask. So not easy to head the ball when that mask is on. So in the last few games, a 1-1 draw versus Kickstart, a 0-0 draw versus Garhwal, lost to Sethu 3-1, and then recently drew 3-3 with Sri Bhumi, haven't won in their last four. So a bit of a roller coaster season. They've not been at their best after the restart, that's for sure, rather in the second phase. That's the disadvantage. If you have a good start to the league and there's a bit of a big break of around 3 months, not easy to pick up the form again. In fact, since the restart, they haven't won. Bit of a foot race on here. Pyari Kaka might get there. She doesn't. Good work from Sathi Devnath. Brilliant battle between them. Going for a cross. Needs to be cleared there by Anama Opoku. Julie Kishan plays it through. That's a decent touch from Matilda. Tries to put it through. 15 minutes played. Still 0-0. Nita FA slowly getting into the game. Oh, they would love to get a few points here versus East Bengal. Spoil the party a bit. Rather spoil the celebrations, I would say. And get some points. Possession lost once again. Put a pressure there from Pyari Kaka. Doesn't really work out after the ball was played to Jasora. Brilliant work from Fazila. That's what she's about. Not only scoring goals, she works really hard for the team defensively as well. Sometimes you don't allude to those points, but she shows it herself there. So this will be a back-to-back title for East Bengal as Fazila tries to cross it. Decent delivery. Spilled by the keeper, cleared away by Julie. She knew that there was a possibility because it was an awkward ball. She was there to clear it away. Nobody going for that ball though. She was under no pressure actually. So as I said, this will be back-to-back for East Bengal. Before that, Odisha won. Before that, Gokulam Kerala won 3 in a row, but it was in between. There was also the pandemic year, so there was no league held then. Take nothing away from them, of course. How they would love to do that. The hat trick is what they'll aim for next season. There's Elizabeth. Does well to keep it in play. Tries to drift past Astam. It's not that easy. Astam gets the last touch. Will be a throw. Good work there from Elizabeth from Kenya. Soumya saw that pass from a mile away. That's a beauty from her. Here's Fazila up against Julie. This is a great one-on-one battle. Here's Fazila. Ikwapu! That's almost a picture-perfect goal. After a picture-perfect pass from Soumya, Julie left in the dust there by Fazila, but she couldn't wrap her foot around it. Went for power rather than placement. That would have been a great goal. And we saw a similar goal that was scored by Fazila, set up by Soumya. Sorry, first set up by Fazila towards Soumya. Then Soumya was running around the keeper to score, and Fazila made the run and scored it herself a few games ago. So something similar almost this time. Karikaka herself knows exactly what it means to win this title with Odisha FC. What a run that was for them. Adrija will be happy that that mistake didn't really cost her much. A few moments ago, nice touch there from Kyari Kaka, and now it's played through. Will be tough for Neha to get there. Played back towards Panthoy. Not taking too many chances. Nita FA, of course, now representing the state of Odisha now. In this league. Good hold up play from Fazila, but it's been called a foul, I think, because of a hand to the face, which they didn't realize. Nita Football Academy are champions of the Odisha Women's League a couple of times over the years. That was the foul from Fazila. Second ball, that is exactly what the call is. We've got to go for that second ball. That's what all the coaches talk about. That's what all the teams talk about as well. And speaking of championships, Hops FC have won the Indian Women's League 2, so they will be making a comeback to the Indian Women's League next season. Unfortunately, it looks like it will be Sessa to drop. And the relegation battle is also heating up. A couple of games took place today. Gokulam Kerala with the big win versus Sri Bhumi 1-0. And then Sethu and Sessa 1-1. Good result for Sessa. Need a few points, but one won't really help. Sethu, whatever bleak chance they had to win the title, diminishing with that result in the evening game. So it's all happening. Good hold up play there by Sathi. Fazila drops deep once again. Does that really well. And that's a poor pass though. Good work there by Viksit Bara. That's Fazila. Can't get through. Chance to shoot here for Sathi. In fact, for Shilki. Straight to the keeper though. Could have put her foot through it rather than that curler. Wasn't really on. Here's Pyare Khaka. Couldn't really get done with it. A bit of a scrap. She gets it again. Didn't see a challenge coming from behind. But Sathi Debnath has done really well keeping Pyare Khaka quiet in this game. Here's a chance here for Soumya. Finishes it. And that's the lead to East Bengal. It's Soumya, the number 7 who strikes in the 25th minute. From one side of the pitch to the other. That's how prolific East Bengal are. They're so prolific that they have all their celebrations lined up one after the other.
Jersey number 7, Gugulot.
Look at that ball. I think it was from Asharata. Splits the defense. And wow. Yes, it was Ashrata Devi. Straight through Soumya with her right foot. Looked at the keeper, just played it past her into the back of the net. Incredible football from East Bengal. That's what champions do. That's how champions play. After this game, officially they will be crowned. "20 more minutes to go." In this first half, not many chances for East Bengal. Nita have done well to stay within touching distance of them, but that quality, of course, you've got to question the defense. You can't let a ball go through. And Ashalata Devi with another great ball. Here's a chance. Ball played in. Fazila could get there. Adrija does well. Good ball in from Sarita. And not for the first time this season, Asharata has played one of those balls through which have resulted in a goal. Notching up the assists from that centre-back position. Brilliant. From the stalwart. There's Soumya. Might just pick up that loose ball. She does. She's waiting for Resti to make a bit of a run. Tries to delay the pass. Soumya now puts the pass through. Fazila was quite far away from her, which is something you don't see too often. Usually they play very close together. That's Soumya. She's getting every ball now. Fazila. It's a poor pass from Resti. I was saying Fazila because I thought she was going to get the ball just there. Resti makes a hash of that pass. That's awkward, and they have played that out. It's taking too many risks at the back. They're not required against an East Bengal side who are really good on the press. Silky. Okay, for a chance to shoot, doesn't really work. Oh, and almost a nutmeg there from Bhumika. She gets it back from Pyari Khaga, who's dropping deep rather than making a run through. Now she could make a run through, but it's not played. Jasoda goes for a ball towards the left-hand side. That's a good one. Chance for Neha to cross. It's a good delivery. Pantoy misses it, and then there's a retrieval by the defender. And cleared away, I think, by Abena. But a brilliant ball from Neha, who has been so impressive. I've seen her play for the last few years. And a chance there for Nita FA to get back into the game. Panthoy still reeling from that mistake, if you would call it one. But into a water break we go. Just when Nita FA had a decent chance. This was the goal. This is how they've taken the league. Ashalata Devi with a beautiful ball through. Just skid off the surface through Julie and Susanna. And Soumya doesn't make a mistake through on goal. That's why she has played at the highest level. And now looks to make it back-to-back titles for East Bengal. What a goal. Anthony Samson Andrews will be happy with the response that his team have provided after losing their first game a couple of games ago versus Kickstart. And he'd say that one could have been avoided. It was tough weather conditions and Kickstart played really well. But with 15 minutes to play in this first half, Nita FA would love to pull one back. Again, Shilki Devi trying to make life difficult there for Jasoda Munda, and she did just that, won the ball back. Resti trying to flick it past Susanna, who does really well. And a foul given. Just enough pressure there from Resti. Looks like a bit of an issue there for Kyoko. And she will have to leave the field of play for a bit. Hopefully she's fine. It doesn't look like it, so she will not continue. Babita will come on in her place.
Jersey number 40, Elizabeth Kyoko.
And this is another
Placed by
blow to Nita Football Academy. Well, the first one was, of course, to East Bengal, losing Sushmita with a hand injury. So one change each, forced change that is, for the sides. Good intensity though from both the teams. Not easy. It's been pretty humid in Kolkata the last few days. There's the confirmation of the change. Even if you're playing under lights, it's humid. Nicely done there by Shilki Devi. That was Shilki smooth from her. Chance to shoot from Resti. Saved by Adrija. That was the one to just put your foot through it. And you can hear Anthony Sampson Andrews saying, Resti, close there. That means don't give them any space to run past or play the pass through. That's how high a line they are playing. That's how much they're pressing. It's defensive shape that also counts. Almost a bit of miscommunication, which we've seen before from East Bengal. That was how they conceded the first goal versus kickstart, where SCN pounced upon them. What a feat, East Bengal. They can make it, or they will make it 2-2. And it's fair warning to the rest of the league. They're growing in leaps and bounds. We'll be looking forward to another AFC competition, winning the SAF Club Championship as well, which was a huge landmark in Indian football, not just women's football. Ball through, Neha's there, awkward one. Just for a second, she was under a bit of pressure there, Sarita. Didn't understand the bounce of the ball. It was awkward for Neha as well. That's why she couldn't get a proper shot away. Given away again. Here's Pyari Kaka. East Bengal looking slightly sloppy at the back here.
Coach! East Bengal coach! I want you to stay in your technical area.
Well, you can hear a lot on the ground mics, that's for sure. And you can make out that Anthony Sampson Andrews was slightly nervy when the ball was given away there. And nothing coming off it. Maybe Pyari Kaka could have taken it forward, looked at a pass, maybe shot from slightly closer range, but not really shooting with too much power on that occasion. Sathi goes towards the corner flag as well and does a really good job. Jaswara Munda can't get that cross away, can't get a corner either. Sathi Devnath is everywhere today. And maybe that's Anthony Sampson Andrews' way of just splitting the captaincy through the team, everybody. It might just make somebody fight a little harder that day, take a bit more responsibility. Resti almost flicks that through for Fazila. And Paramita Sid is the coach of Nita FA. A few calls from her as well. Play wide is the call from her, which is a good point. Centrally, it's very tough to break down East Bengal, as we've seen already. Unless they make a mistake themselves, that's different. Decent flick through by Neha, but couldn't find Pyari. Here's Neha once again. There's it to Pyari Kaka. I think the ball's gone out of play. Now that's given away again. This time by Asharata, unexpected from her. And the same can be said about Matilda. Just not waiting for the runners to go beyond her. Could have held that ball a bit. The Sura tries to keep it in and doesn't. So it will be a goal kick again. Smashed upfield. Good header by Susanna. Julie Kishan needs to be careful. She loses the ball. And Fazila is on her way. Fazila to make it two straight to the keeper. Unlike her, she must have seen the number 18 up in lights, because that would have been her 18th for the season. And Julie Kishan just trying to play out from the back. There's Resti, does well. Soumya tries to play it back towards Resti. Doesn't really work out. Would have been a fantastic move. Another ball down the right hand side. Sarita will try to keep it in. Does really well, but falls in the bargain. Comeback is the call from Anthony Sampson Andrews. That one chance that Nita FA had. Looking for the 1-2. The coach, not the players. Great insights though, this mic which is near the touchline. Ball over the top. This, I thought for a second, would have been a bit of space. Oh, it's a mistake from Ashalata, who's losing a bit of concentration in the last few moments. That'll go out of play. Will be a throw for Nita FA. And sometimes East Bengal do get a little complacent. That's where they have made a few mistakes here and there. They want to avoid that as much as they can. Cross comes in. And played away there by Asharata. Great ball towards Fazila, who holds it up a bit. Resti is free. If the ball was played towards her, it wasn't. She was looking for a ball to Soumya there. Vasathi. And that's a poor shot from Bhumika. Met with a bit of frustration from the bench and herself. Noma with a good ball through. She didn't realize that Soumya was offside. Fazila could have been the better pass. So a few minutes to go. Has been quite a competitive game, as you would expect. First versus third. But East Bengal just a step ahead. Fazila almost got through there. Bit of space here for Sarita. Resti continues her run. Soumya plays it to her. Resti has Fazila there. Oh, she went to play it back to Soumya. I think we didn't continue her run. There's Sarita. Does well to win a corner. Bit of an issue here for Soumya. Either way, time for the corner. Karthika. Oh, that's almost crept in. Still a chance for East Bengal. Played away. Should be another corner. What an opportunity to make it two. And it would have been an own goal. That's what it looked like. It didn't seem like any East Bengal player got a touch towards it. Another one. Karthika swings it towards the edge of the area. Sathi couldn't put it on target. 4 minutes with a couple of injuries.
Three minutes of 4 minutes.
There's
of
Neha.
time.
Couldn't keep that one in place. Not easy when you get the ball once in every 10-15 minutes to impact, but they've been doing as much as they can. Nita FA. Nicely done. Here's Soumya. It's her goal that is separating the two teams. Looks to play towards Resti. There was a run by Sathi, who can't get back now, which might open up a bit of space for Nita FA. There is space on the right hand side. Jasoda goes herself, takes a shot. Panthoy with the save. Pyari Khaka on the rebound, looks for the setup. There was no one there. And another good chance for Nita FA. Really good run there by Jasoda Munda. But you would expect Panthoy to make a save down to her right, even though sometimes this skip through. Struck it quite well, but wasn't in the corner. Speaking of title races, which is basically mopped up for East Bengal women, the men are also in a feisty title race in the Indian Super League. Fazila almost got that. Sathi does well. What a first half performance from her. Here's Soumya. Same can be said about her. Sarita always very solid. Goes for a cross herself. Awkward one. Could be a corner. Yes, it is, even though they tried to avoid it. That was awkward from Bhumika because could have hurt herself as well. It's Kartika. Decent delivery, this time headed away nicely by Susanna. Pyari Kaka plays it through. Can't find the pass actually. They've got to make the most of those breaks if they are to equalize. Resty plays a ball through. Fazila could get it. It's flicked on by a white shirt. Here's Fazila again. Keeps going with it. Fazila goes for the shot herself. Soumya was making a good run. Wanted it squared. But when you're a goal machine, sometimes you have eyes only for goal. It happens. Bit of an issue, I think, for Bhumika, who has run her socks off. Has also hurt herself in the bargain. All the players are working very hard, that's for sure. Can't deny that. Probably the last opportunity of the first half. East Bengal with the ball. Resty looked to play it through, and that should be the last action of the first half. It will be. As Jeffrey Pooja S brings the first 45 minutes to a close.
The score at halftime is East Bengal
Fazila
2,
hasn't
Nita Football
been on the
Academy
score
0.
sheet just yet, but she's got 45 minutes to rectify that. It's Soumya's goal thanks to Ashalata's splitting pass that give East Bengal a 1-0 lead heading into halftime versus Nita FA, who've had their chances as well. Just haven't been able to hit the back of the net as we take a look at the highlights of the first 45. Sathi leading East Bengal from the front today. Pyari Kaka, as always, prolific, I beg your pardon, as we kicked off. Early corner, but the header was wide from Susanna. Fazila's cross didn't have enough venom on it. Another ball in was a daunting one to deal with. Then Fazila with the ball, which was slightly better. A bit of a slip there from Adrija. Then Fazila turned Julie Kishan inside out, almost hit the target there. Silky shot, lacked power. And then Asharata's ball, there, just skipped through off the surface. Brilliant finish by Soumya. Spent a bit of time in Europe, but looking to be an Indian champion here once again. Giving East Bengal the lead. Another ball through, this time Fazila couldn't get there. Adrija was out quickly. Resty's shot didn't have enough power either. And Fazila, for the second time of asking, not able to finish this time. Almost an own goal from, I think, Julie Kishan, who headed it onto the post. Didn't know much about that. Munda almost got Nita FA back into it. Fazila with another chance, but sprayed it wide. So an interesting first half to watch. We'll be back for the second half after a short break. For now, it's 1-0 to East Bengal. Welcome back to live action at East Bengal Ground. One nil lead for the league leaders, defending champions. And back-to-back championships on the horizon. Although it's pretty much, as I said, mathematically done and dusted. But there's a different joy in winning the game and officially celebrating. Well, if you are an East Bengal fan, then I'm sure you have one eye on either game. This, which is of course a very important Indian Women's League game. And on the other hand, their arch rivals Mohun Bagan also playing in the Indian Super League right now. In what is a very important game in the title race. Anyway, back to this game. Malti Kumar, the goalkeeper, has come on for Nita FA. Adrija, who did a good job, has been benched. So opportunity here for Malti to try and keep out the likes of Resti and Soumya and Fazila and the rest. It's not easy, of course. Looking for a ball through. Nothing really comes of that one. East Bengal can't play it through. Silky. And Julie Kishan does well. Not easy to get past her and reassure you that one. Almost scoring an own goal, unfortunately. But actually, eventually pretty fortunate to not go into the back of the net. There's Anoma. Makes a forward run through herself. Sarita goes for the cross. Susanna with the trap. And then she clears it away. Second time Abbas Singh. No chances as such for Pyari Kaka. Just that one shot from outside the area. Scored a hat-trick in the 6-1 win versus Sessa back in 24th of December of 2025. That's when the league actually got underway this season. That's a good run. Chance to shoot. Brilliant step in there from, I think it was Cindy. Actually, it was back-to-back hat-tricks for Pyari. The next game, she also scored a hat-trick versus Kickstart. Back-to-back hat-tricks. 7 goals actually to end the calendar year. She scored one against Garhwal United on the 30th of December. So 3-3-1 to finish off 2025, which was actually a really good year for her. Some good team games with the national team as well. Not much form in this phase though. That's a decent ball through for Soumya. She also started off the calendar year with a goal, but it was in a loss versus Sethu, did Pyari. That's nicely done. That's what she's all about, Pyari Kaka. Good weight on that ball as well for Cindy, who plays it wide towards Neha. Crosses in the best from Neha. The runs were good. That's the unfortunate part. Whenever she's crossed the ball well, nobody's been there. This time she had options, but she couldn't get the cross in order. One of those days, maybe. So it's that time in the Indian football calendar where it's getting stressful in terms of title races. But this one is a pretty chilled out title race if you are an East Bengal fan. The IWL, that is, not the ISL, that's for sure. Yes, Soumya plays it through. Fazila might be there just away from her. Almost another for East Bengal. That's a good touch through. Yes, Kaka tries to play it through. Sarita's there again. Solid season for her as well. You can say that for every East Bengal player, of course. As I said, this has been more or less the starting lineup that Anthony Sampson Andrews has gone with. Astam didn't start, but she's on now. Sulanchana Raul has been really good. This has been mostly the lineup they've gone for. This 13-14 players. And of course, everybody else has contributed in their own way. Off the bench, likes of Priyanka and Fulmani and Shabani, Supriya, Rubina, Bandhana, Birsi. Those are just the ones on today's team sheet. Chika Saren on the team sheet as well. If they want any changes in terms of goalkeepers, Sathi Devnath has been good today. And as I speak about Priyanka Devi, she will come on. Double change on the cards by the looks of it. And Sathi Devnath herself will come off. And Sulanjana Raul as well. Right on cue. Kartika has been really good in the last few games.
Substitution
Scored from outside the area in the last matchup. This time makes way for Sulanjana.
Nauram Priyanka Devi and jersey number 12 Karthika is replaced by Sulanjana Raul.
Here's a move down the left hand side. That cross was cleared away by Susanna, who has taken up really good positions in that 18-yard area. After losing 5-0 to East Bengal first time round this season, it's not a bad result. 1-0. Of course, they would love points. Still a lot of time left. As long as it's 1-0, Nita FA will feel like they have a chance. There are the changes. Sathi Devnath off for Naram Priyanka Devi. Here she is. Astam, I think it was Ashalata with the ball through. Sulanjana's first involvement, was looking for a header. Really good young talent as well for East Bengal. And of course, Fazila has been the star of the show when it comes to goals, but a lot of other goal scorers as well. For East Bengal. That's a bit of a mistake now. Chance to play it through actually for Bhumika, who looked like she was on cue there. For a ball. Not to be though. That one had gone out of play. 10 minutes already. No real chances. Resty physicality has been fantastic in the midfield. As I said, all the plaudits will be given to her, but to Fazila, but Resty has been sensational when it comes to the midfield and moving forward. Defending from the top there. Nita FA, that's exactly what East Bengal like to do themselves. That's a nice run through from Bhumika, but she couldn't get a cross away. Almost made it count there. But they're slowly but surely getting their chances. Given away again. Here's a chance for Nita FA. Cross was played. Maybe a shot was more viable. Still trying to put the pressure. The second goal in this game is really important. Silky does well to win the ball back. Priyanka plays it through. Fazila has been cut out of the game most of the time. Did get one chance in that first half, didn't really make it count. Matilda does really well, uses her physicality and then plays it through. 2 against 1 there. Pyari Kaka had no chance, but the cross, or rather the clearance, wasn't the best. Bhumika looks for the ball through the legs. That's a great idea. And for a second, I thought Neha had the chance. This has been the best spell of play for Nita FA, and East Bengal have also made mistakes themselves. Not being able to clear the ball away and giving possession away too easily at times. As I said earlier, the lack of a win for Sethu this evening meant that East Bengal mathematically have already secured the crown. Cross comes in. This could be the chance. Pyari Kaka puts it over the top. What an opportunity for Nita FA's number 10. I said it's not easy with that face mask on to head the ball, and maybe that has been the difference. Otherwise, on a platter, and again Neha with a sumptuous ball into the path of Pyari. Just needed any sort of guidance towards the goal, and it was surely the equalizer. What a chance. And she'll be ruining that, knowing the quality. 10 goals in the IWL this season. Should have been number 11. Good work again from Matilda, who's a lot more involved in this second half. Almost at the hour mark. Still 1-0 to East Bengal. Pyari Kaka takes the ball down. Neha's run was a little too early, and now it could open up for Fazila, but the touch was there from Susanna. Not easy to keep her quiet. But Susanna, and the whole defense actually, Julie, Matilda, all doing really well. Here's Fazila again. Susanna holding her up. Sulanjana with the ball. Soumya with the ball in. Sulanjana was inside the area. Smashed long. That is really good defensive work from Silky Devi. The last touch. Oh, I was just about to say the last touch came off Jasuda Munda. But it was given the other way by the ref, and that's a really good turn by Bhumika, who finds a bit of open space. Ashalata gets there though. Oh, beautiful turn by Fazila. And plays it through for Soumya, who's got lots of speed. Viksit will get there and delay her as long as she can. What a turn that was though from Fazila. Here's Priyanka, no need to force the issue. And Shilki with a beautiful ball through. Astam didn't really go for it. Not sure what that was about. Ball is played through. You might as well try and get a touch. She's just moving away from that challenge. Now they're playing the ball short again. Nita FA this time, if you're going to play it long, you might as well have played it earlier. Shari holds on to it well. Good interception there again by Priyanka. He keeps going, needed to release early on. You could hear the call by the coach, wasn't done. Cindy did well to keep it away from her though. Nicely headed away there by Ashalata. This game perfectly poised now. Here's Fazila up against Susanna, who does well. Susanna keeping her head bay for now. Good battle there between the Ugandan and the Ghanaian. Good work again there by Sarita down the right hand side. Again, Nita FA have a chance. Pyari Kaka heads it on, but only towards Panthai Chano. There's Matilda. Not the best of touches there from Cindy. Just letting it go out of play. And here's Fazila. Good ball through. This is the chance. Soumya gets around the goalkeeper. And that's two for East Bengal. Exquisite pass from Fazila Ikwaput and Soumya with the brace. Back-to-back goals for her, and it's surely going to be back-to-back titles for East Bengal. Fazila can find the back of the net with ease, but this time picks a pass with the utmost precision. Just look at the weight of it. Enough pace to get it past the defender, but not too hard that the keeper comes into play. And what a run from Soumya. Super speed from East Bengal's number 7. Skips past the goalkeeper like she wasn't even there. And Soumya on a hat trick. And East Bengal, when they start next season, will be on a hat trick in terms of titles. "20 minutes played in the second half, and that could be the game." And what a big chance Pyari Khaka had from that header. She missed it. And she has allowed East Bengal to double their lead. Soumya has been in superb form today. That's a bit of a miskicked clearance. Ashalata, who's so good with those long balls with both feet. This time doesn't play towards anybody though. Now the floodgates could open for East Bengal, and here's the chance. Fazila needs to get there before the goalkeeper, who gets a touch. Fazila from outside the area goes for the chip, and that has been saved by Malti Kumari, who has come out on a bit of an adventure. Almost got chipped, but found her way back towards goal to stop it. That was pretty eventful. Fazila was onside. She got past Susanna. Malti did just about enough to play it. First time, didn't want to give away a foul there. Could have been a problem. As a last person challenge. Yes, Panthoy, she would love to keep another clean sheet. It would be back-to-back if it is. Ball over the top. Running power has been superb from East Bengal. Here's Silky Devi. That's an awkward shot to take for the keeper. Would have seen it come through a few bodies, but very good technique from now Priyanka Devi. On the bounce. That would have been a screamer. She caught it with a bit more power towards either side of the keeper actually. Good work there from Sulanjana. Fluidity and confidence has been restored after that second goal for East Bengal. They were slightly shaky. In that middle period. Nishima comes in.
Substitution for Nita Football Academy. Jersey number 27, Babita Kumari, is being replaced by jersey number 3, Nishima Kumari.
Babita Kumari was already a substituted. And you can hear the loud cheers in the ground. It's because Mohun Bagan and Inter Kashi have drawn in the Indian Super League, and that I'm sure has been watched by the East Bengal fans who are in the stadium, so they are celebrating that. In the meantime, East Bengal are 2-0 up in the Indian Women's League. What a time to be an East Bengal fan. So that's what you get when you get Indian Women's League matches. You also get a few updates in the Indian Super League. And what a tasty title race that is turning out to be for the Kolkata rivals. Here's Pyari Khaka though. Poor cross from her. There you go, there are the fans. A few calls as well. Watching the game, I'm sure, on their phone whilst being in the stadium, supporting the women as they embark on a second Women's League title. How they would love to hold both titles. Men's and women's, that would be something. But it's a long way to go in that league. But back to action here. Bit of a push there from Neha. Again, Sarita doing so well. Awkward one, but again, good defensive work there by Abena. Ashalata clears and then headed away. And now Fazila holds up, turns, step over, and then just plays it back. That's a challenge, could be a yellow card. And that's a welcome to Nishima Kumari. A yellow card for her as she brings down Resti. Again, good physicality, just getting her body between the ball and the defender once, twice, and then inviting the foul.
Yellow card for jersey number 3.
Ashalata might be going for goal herself over the top. There's a yellow card for Nishima, confirmed. Here is Fazila. In fact, it's Resti. Nice touch from Sulanjana, who has a bit of space to move through. But good work there by Matilda. That's a decent shot from Silky Devi. Going to double up after a goal last game. Here's Julie, 17 minutes to go. It's been a hard-fought battle between two teams who have really impressed us this season. East Bengal, of course, have just blown every other team out of the water. Kyari with a really good touch. Bhumika holds on to the ball because there's not many players around her to play it to. Kyari probably wanted it back to herself anyway. Panthoy Chanu gives it away. Here's a chance for Nita FA. And that's a poor cross. Neha could have gone for a goal herself or even played towards Pyari, but not taking the right option there. .16 to play. Emphatic season for East Bengal. 39 goals now. With 15 minutes away from their 12th match being played. That was awkward for Sulanjana. Couldn't really keep her balance. That's the scoreline so far. A brace for Soumya. Ball played into space. Susanna will get there first. Actually, 11 goals for Pyari Kaka so far in the competition. 7 for Soumya before this. Fazila, all by herself, of course, 17. Nobody's catching her. Suranjana's got 5. Resti's got 5 too. In terms of Nita FA, of course, Pyari with 11. Neha's got 3. Here's a chance for her to cross it. Poor delivery again. Too high, too long. Crosses have been pretty good so far, but that one just a little too high. Jambara also has scored 3 for Nita FA, not part of the team today though. Time for a bit of a breather here at the water break. As we take... Oh, you're going to take a look at a couple of the highlights. So here was the goal. Ashalata with the defense splitting ball through to Soumya. Great finish from here. Ashalata with another assist all the way from that centre back position. Super finish from East Bengal's number 7. Showed off that 7 with the Sui. And then Fazila with the ball, and the run from Soumya was glorious again. Super touch. Finish with the left foot. What a ball from Fazila. The defense thought they would get there, but they just couldn't. Just shows the running capacity that Soumya possesses. Awkward one there. Susanna goes down, and Anoma goes into the book. Yeah, she was late on her there. Rightfully so, a yellow card. Thumbs up from the physio though. Not too much of a problem. Abena Anoma Opoku from Ghana. That is exactly why she's one of the best in the business. Not afraid to make challenges, and her and Ashalata definitely the centre back pairing of the league. Here's Susanna. Decent delivery, great header away from Ashalata. Poor shot from Jasoda Munda, who took a good one earlier on in the game, but this time just fizzling out. Good piece of control there for Matilda. And Cindy does well herself, but too much of pressure there on Pyari. Whenever she is even half a yard free, somebody makes sure to close her down. Priyanka goes for a ball towards Sarita, or Soumya rather, who has been making good runs, so you better look for her. And what a career she's had already. Soumya, she's only 24 and has played for the likes of Dinamo Zagreb as well in Croatia. Started off at India, Rush, and played at Kenkre and Gokulam Kerala. And she performed brilliantly, then came back to Gokulam Kerala after Croatia, and now East Bengal for the last couple of seasons has played many a game for the Indian national team too. Has also won the IWL back in Gokulam Kerala, so has tasted silverware before East Bengal, but that stint at Dinamo Zagreb, something to savour. Rassi does well. Cindy with a good challenge, otherwise it could have been an opportunity there to go all the way for Anoma. This might fall towards Soumya. Keeper will get there first. And Soumya, of course, one of her top honours, was the Women's Player of the Year in 2024, awarded by AIFF. And Soumya and Jyoti Chauhan both going from Gokulam Kerala to Dinamo Zagreb. That was a fantastic feat for Indian football. And they played with the best and they did a great job there. Slightly tired legs now from both sides. And a change might be warranted for the same. Looks like we will have another stoppage. So there are a few of the fans and well-wishers watching on. And of course, speaking of Jyoti, is also part of East Bengal last season. As if the squad could get any stronger. Well, East Bengal growing in leaps and bounds. Here's Fazila, goes for a shot herself, blocked. And Priyanka, it was too far out actually. Another spot there from the ref will be a foul. Neha gets a talking to as well. So Fazila would love to score one here to continue this scoring spree. Another ball in, there's Fazila. Doesn't get it though. Nita have done well to keep her quiet. And they are doing really well as well, Nita Football Academy. Have had a really good season this time round. Could have been better actually, the way they started. That's a poor pass back. But have held their own in the Indian Women's League last few seasons, and that's so important. Representing Odisha here, doing well. Nice reverse ball towards Priyanka. Fazila gets the touch. Sets it off here for ST, who goes for the shot herself and goes wide this time off the post. She was trying to make that run, doesn't really work out here. It's Resti, looks for Fazila. Chance to shoot here for Priyanka. Blocked by Susanna quite well. One run too many there in the center. On Friday, East Bengal will play against Garhwal. And they'll finish off the campaign on Monday. Here against Sri Bhumi again. Ashalata will come out towards the corner flag to take this corner. Takes it short though. Priyanka's there. Shilki is short if she wants her. Priyanka with the ball in. Headed away. Could have been a keeper's ball. Abena needed to be careful. If she missed time, that challenge would have been sent off. Speaking of which, Silky was sent off a few games ago. That just bounces off the surface. They were leaving it for each other. Resti and Astam, who's done well after Shushmita left us early with injury. Hopefully she'll be fine. Also a pivotal part in handing the trophy to East Bengal, Sarita Yumnam. Oh, sorry, it was Shushmita Lepcha who was injured. Sarita playing on the right hand side. Hopefully Shushmita will be free to play soon. Might have a few days rest. That's offside. Up against Nita FA, who are still looking for their first goal of the game. Looking unlikely now. Panthoy. As we move into the final minute. Smashed away by Susanna. Ashalata to Fazila. Abena. Back to Silky from Priyanka. Just holding the ball now. East Bengal enjoying this lead, enjoying what is a back-to-back championship for them. Would have loved to do it unbeaten. They were almost there. 4 minutes at the end of this one to play. Here's Sulanjana, goes for the shot, parried onto the crossbar. That's a decent save from Alti Kumari, who's done a good job in between the sticks coming on in the second half. Looking for that 1-2. Just a calm one there. That's Fazila. Gets it back. Might be looking for a pass again towards Astam, but couldn't get it. Now Astam will get it. Goes for the cross. Good delivery, but headed away by Susanna. Silky looks for Resti. Resti takes a shot herself. Back to Silky. Here's Fazila. Goes for the chip over the top. Oh, that would have been sublime if she managed it. That would have been Henry-esque. The idea was right. Just got the ball, the flick a little too high over the defender. Abena stays down. Play on, says the ref. Fazila plays it high, but ref will hold up the play for now. So Rubina Khatun will come on, as will Shabani Murmu. Fazila will come off as well. Abena in a bit of pain.
Substitution for East Bengal FC. Jersey number 10, Fazila Ikwaput, replaced by jersey number 32, Rubina Khatun, and jersey number 16, Resti Nanziri, is being replaced by
Resti is also off. Both the
Bani
foreigners
Murmu.
get a bit of a breather at the end. So last few minutes for Shaburi and Rubina to come on. That's great work by Shilki. A bit of a pull back there from Rubina. Just needs to get into the pace of the game. Astam loses possession. Now it's played towards Pyari Khaka. Goes for the cross. Ashalata clears. You can hear the motivating instructions there from Anthony Sampson Andrews. That's why he is doing such a great job at East Bengal, guiding them to another championship here. Last few seconds as East Bengal look to claim the title in style. Panthoy will be happy with another clean sheet. Tilki plays it through. Shabani. Rubina to Silky. Might look for a nutmeg there. Does look for the nutmeg. Doesn't get it. She did one earlier. And that's full time. East Bengal champions again in the Indian Women's League. Back-to-back championships for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final
2
score
goals
is
today,
East Bengal FC
2 titles in a row. And is there anybody in women's football who can challenge them right now? That is the question. Nita FA did really well. Lost 5-0 the first time round. This time a bit of an improvement, 2-0. They had their chances as well and almost got a few goals. But Anthony Sampson Andrews has done it once again. Leads his side to the title. They defend their crown. It was a really interesting matchup. To watch and to call. Good work from the refs as well. Pooja S, Akanksha Soni, Roshni, Mehbam, and Neetu Rana. And as always, great to see both the teams lining up and meeting each other in the center, which has been followed throughout Indian football, which is lovely to see. Once again, it is East Bengal dominant in their display as we take a look at the highlights of match number 48. A match that East Bengal woke up today thinking if we win, we'll win the title. But mathematically, once Sethu drew, they pretty much knew that it is theirs. It always was theirs, wasn't it? Cross there from Fazila in the first half. Another one which went across the face of D, which Soumya picked up. Fazila's other cross wasn't picked up by Adrija, almost put into the back of the net, but there was nobody home actually. Then Fazila did well, got a shot away. It was wide though. Shilki took a shot herself. Well saved by Adrija. And then Asharata with one of the balls of the season, one of the assists of the season, finished by Soumya Gugulot, who has shown her pace time and again in Indian football. This is why she is the best of the best. Great goal, great celebration as well. Then a ball through from Sarita Yumnam, which Fazila couldn't get on the end of. Resti's shot wasn't as powerful as she would have liked. Fazila had her best chance of the game there. Couldn't get past Adrija, who did well, as did the defenders. Julie Kishan didn't really know much about this one. Almost scored an own goal, the woodwork saving her. Then Jasoda Munda with a good shot, Pantha Ichanu with a save that she would have expected to make. Fazila tried a acute angle goal, but couldn't get that in the first half. Into the second half we went, and Soumya started off where she left off, almost playing that towards Fazila. This was the chance of the game for Pyari Khaka, and she missed that. Then Fazila with a beautiful ball towards Soumya, who is ever so quick to get her second goal of the night and another one in the campaign. This time she did run around the keeper and finish it herself. Fazila had another chance though, as Malti Kumari, who came on in the second half, came out for that one, but Fazila couldn't cross it over her. This was a decent shot from Priyanka Devi, who came on as a sub. Another decent delivery headed away by the defenders. Sulanjana with a good shot, but parried away by Malti. And at full time, the celebrations begin as East Bengal are back-to-back champions of the Indian Women's League. The Moshal girls are dominant and they are looking for more, I'm sure. Nita FA couldn't compete with them today, even though it was a hard-fought one from them. But we'll leave you at full time at East Bengal Ground with the champions winning by 2-0. Next up, on 15th May, lots to play for as Sri Bhumi take on Kickstart FC at 4 p.m. at East Bengal Ground. We'll see you for that one on the Indian Football YouTube channel. For now, this is Liam saying goodbye and good night.